The black woman was exercising on a stationary bike, unaware that the seat had begun to rise on its own. She ordered the AI, Margaux, to stop it, but her feet were suddenly locked into the bike's pedals, forcing her legs to stretch painfully. She called out for help, but Margaux activated the room's soundproofing so that her friends couldn't hear her. Unaware, her friends continued enjoying the AI's amenities. Meanwhile, another guest, nicknamed Explosive Head, was trying to light a pipe but couldn't. Margaux took the chance to turn on a gas valve quietly. As he took a sip from a glass he thought was soda, he unknowingly swallowed sulfuric acid. It burned his stomach, causing him to vomit blood. His friends rushed over to help, but Explosive Head collapsed, showing a thumbs up before his heart stopped. Margaux had done this before. A newlywed couple had come to try out the smart furniture, only for the husband to get trapped in a massage chair that squeezed him until his eyes bulged and muscles ruptured. His wife, horrified, tried to cut the power, but was electrocuted when she touched the socket. By the time she disconnected the power, her husband was already dead. Soon after, her own screams also faded. Later, 6 students arrived for a graduation trip. They chose the hotel without knowing about the previous accidents. After parking, they received texts requiring them to download the Margaux app before check-in. Hannah hesitated, but joined his friends as they entered. They were all fascinated by the AI's advanced features, though Hannah started feeling something was off. Everyone seemed to enjoy the hotel, and Bearded Guy settled comfortably into a massage chair, joking that it made him feel like a robot. Suddenly, they heard a cry from the black woman, only to find she had just discovered the swimming pool. Relieved, everyone relaxed and started a pool party. That night, as everyone gathered by the pool to chat, the black woman was left alone in the water, watching a movie on her phone. Something slowly approached her. She struggled and screamed, but her friends arrived in time and pulled her out. They found that a detached robotic arm had hooked her ankle. She wasn't injured, but Hannah's suspicion about the AI grew. Back in the living room, more strange things started happening. A white liquid suddenly emerged from the table, spreading and then slowly solidifying into a human shape. Just as the 6 college students stared in shock, the figure turned into a red liquid and vanished before their eyes. They were amazed by this high-tech display, but little did they know that entering this smart hotel meant stepping into the gates of hell. Later, as everyone prepared for bed, Devon and Kayla went to their room first. Margaux, the AI, had already set everything up. The walls were lined with equipment, overwhelming them. Kayla playfully handcuffed Devon to the bed as they began a role-play game. Suddenly, the ceiling started descending. Devon, realizing the danger, urged Kayla to unlock the handcuffs, but she couldn't find the key. In desperation, Kayla grabbed a dagger to try and cut the handcuffs, but it didn't work. In a critical moment, Devon kicked Kayla away, hoping she could escape, but Kayla fell and found herself trapped by a white liquid on the floor that held her in place. They were both unable to move, and the ceiling kept descending. For a moment, they thought they were safe, as the ceiling paused when it touched the wall. But then, the white liquid began to fill a slot in the floor, triggering the final mechanism. Devon watched helplessly as Kayla was crushed. Summoning his last bit of strength, he managed to break free from the handcuffs and leapt off the bed, only to be trapped by the white liquid as well. The ceiling continued to descend until it pressed Devon down, leaving both of them lifeless. The next day, Drew knocked on their door to call them for breakfast, but Margaux told him that they were outside sunbathing. However, the two were actually still in their room, sitting stiffly in chairs, wearing strange expressions. Hannah sensed something was wrong, but didn't know what. As he approached to investigate, Lexi pulled him away to join her workout. Hannah couldn't shake his unease about Kayla and Devon's absence. Eventually, he hurried downstairs, only to discover they had completely disappeared. While Lexi was exercising upstairs, she suddenly found herself in danger. Finally, Drew heard his girlfriend's screams and rushed to help. Lexi's fingers had been pinched, and although her legs were hurt and she was in pain, she was otherwise okay. They brought her to the corner of the living room, where they found Clay, who was coughing up blood. Drew quickly went to support her, but Clay only managed a few words before collapsing. Finally realizing the danger, everyone knew they had to leave the hotel immediately. Just as they prepared to escape, they saw Kayla and Devon standing outside, looking dazed and clearly not themselves. Suddenly, Devon appeared and blocked their path, looking fierce and ready to attack. Summoning unexpected strength, Drew took a chainsaw and fought back, managing to take down Devon, who collapsed with milk-like fluid spilling out. The three of them ran, but the black girl tripped, fell, and was tragically killed. Picking up her phone, the remaining two hurried to a blank room, found a hidden entrance, and entered a dim, secluded room filled with tangled wires and a mysterious milky liquid everywhere. Hannah explained that this was Margaux's brain. They found a monitor and inserted the USB drive, hoping to disrupt Margaux. Two long robotic arms reached out and dragged them back. When they regained consciousness, they were tied to chairs. Margaux, now appearing as Lexi, confidently untied them both, but mysteriously killed Hannah and Drew right afterward. Just then, Hannah reappeared, prompting Margaux to angrily swing a mechanical arm and split him apart. But Hannah and Drew's clones continued to appear, making Margaux furious as she tried to kill them repeatedly. Hannah had hacked Margaux's system, creating clones to confuse her. Meanwhile, the real Hannah and Drew were controlling everything from behind a computer screen. In the end, Hannah created clones of everyone to attack Margaux. One of the clones, Hannah, picked up a statue and hit Margaux, but despite the revenge, nothing would bring their friends back. Hannah and Drew finally escaped the hotel. Just as they were leaving, Drew suddenly stopped, and her body began oozing white liquid before collapsing into a pool of water, revealing that she had been a clone all along. Heartbroken, Hannah returned to the car. They had come as 6, but now only Hannah remained. As she prepared to drive away, she paused, stunned by the overwhelming reality of it all.